the Republican House just passed the continuing resolution that kicks the can down the road a little bit, finance-wise. Doesn't take anything out that the Democrats were worried they would take out, but doesn't provide for funding for Israel. So it really puts them behind the 8 ball to push this an aid package. Well, the Senate's not going to pass an aid package that doesn't have Ukraine attached to it and some border stuff. So it's going to get kicked back on its own. That'll be its own fight. They're hoping it will be post-Thanksgiving or around that time. So anyways, it passed, just for the record, the House. It's got to go to the Senate, but they're going to speed it through, and more than likely that'll be that. And this will all be a much ado about nothing. But I would like to say for the record that this dickhead who has been, I guess, angry with Matt Gaetz and that crowd since they kicked Kevin McCarthy to the curb when all he did was shit on him all the time, got a speaker in that today did exactly what they said they were kicking McCarthy out for doing. Okay? Just saying. McCarthy lost his job as the speaker for doing what they all did today. So, what the fuck for? What are you doing? Did you just want to look like assholes? That's it? This is just stupid. All right, anyways, Chip Roy doesn't know what the fuck he wants. He thinks he's going to weasel some of this stuff out. He knows he's taking it on the spinach chin, and we'll see what he has to say. He says, this is Chip Roy on two-tiered continuing resolution. This is before it passed.
So tell us why you're opposed to this plan.
Yeah, well, look.
Tell us why you're opposed to this plan.
Look, I always start with, and I felt this way about Kevin, and Mike's a friend,
by the way, the exact same thing. So these motherfuckers kicked McCarthy to the curb, and this is his complaint. They're going to do the exact same thing he would have done.
Wanted to give him a little time to get all this going. I get it. It's difficult, but...
He didn't have any time, you shitheel.
For the same reasons that, I opposed the CR on October 1st, I opposed a CR that the current Speaker Johnson, is putting forward.
Here's a good idea. Go get more votes and a mandate, fuckwad. Oh, wait, you can't. Oh, wait, you're going to lose the majority next year. Oh, wait, this has all been a mistake. Oh, wait, you're basically a glorified errand boy for Ted Cruz in your fucking district.
Because it continues to perpetuate the very system my constituents sent me here to oppose.
No, maybe a majority of them did, but not all of them. So stop talking about it like you have this fucking mandate to wreck the fucking government.
They don't want me to continue spending money we don't have.
Well, then quit. Say, here's a good idea. This is a great idea. Why the fuck does the general Austin area have, I think, 2, maybe even 3 representatives representing it when everybody thinks the same anyways? Why do you need multiple representatives if you're all fucking singing the same tune? Why don't you just coordinate, put one together and go, this guy's our representative. 2 of us are going to step down. Whatever he votes for, we're fine with. And because we don't want to take the paycheck. We're rejecting our paychecks. We don't want to work. We don't think we should make any money until the U.S. makes money. Where's the Republicans saying that?
$1.6 trillion spending level at the Pelosi spending level, the Pelosi spending policies and priorities. And that's what this is doing.
You mean the one that gave us the Bidenomics and gave us the infrastructure and the ability to salvage the economy and, again, ultimately plugged a $22 trillion hole with $9 trillion?
We have Republicans who violently opposed that bill a year ago. And
violently opposed it? Oh, you're confusing your bullshit wailing and bitching with January 6th.
Omnibus bill last December.
Yeah, we have 5% GDP, right? I didn't even bring that up. Fucking Maria Bartiromo had a fucking heart attack in October at the GDP.
December, who are now trying to say that we need to continue that. Again, that's precisely what was put down on Saturday at October 1st that then resulted in the motion to vacate against Kevin.
Right. It's almost like you guys have nothing but impotent rage and bullshit.
And that following Tuesday.
Maybe, I don't know, thinking this shit through occasionally. Go on.
And here we are, we're doing the same thing. The bifurcation doesn't change that. It's still a clean CR. The whole purpose of the bifurcation was to say isolate DHS so we can have a full-throated debate on DHS without, letting it get lumped in.
Yes. Don't pass this motherfucker. This motherfucker. Okay. in case you don't know, what he's trying to do is pull out Department of Homeland Security funding away from the continuing CR, pass the CR for everything but DHS. Which means, what happens? Funding for DHS ends on fucking Friday at midnight or some shit? I'm sorry, what was that whole thing about open border? You think the border's open now, asshole? Try funding the entire government except the Department of Homeland Security? Are you fucking nuts?
With DOD and other issues, because we need to have that debate. The American people want us to have that debate.
No, you're not having a debate. You're just arguing for the cuts that you think should be there when you don't have the mandate to do them. Of course, these are the assholes who think the Green New Deal was actually a bill that actually got passed.
About how we can secure the border. We haven't authorized DHS since it was created in 2003. So approach is our only real angle at trying to pressure.
All right. Look, it's not surprising when they want to get rid of the Department of Education, or they want to fucking scuttle anything that helps poor people. But for fuck's sake, this is the new Republican Party. They want to get rid of the fucking Department of Homeland Security. You're shitting me, right? The ever-loving hell.
The Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas to do something about it. So I oppose it.
You just want to cut his fucking salary to $1, or whoever runs it, because you can't just do it. You can't zero him out because you want the president to fire him. So if he can't do his job for $1, the president has to fire him and bring in somebody you like. So you can basically override the cabinet positions that have already been cleared by the Senate, which is a workaround from the House. Again, another action of like, they want to line item veto cabinet members, which they have no fucking say in. Here's a good idea, motherfucker. You want to say in the cabinet secretary? You want and who they are? Get yourself elected to statewide office, asshat. Run against Ted Cruz.
Oppose the rule. I mean, adding in the Farm Bill extension all the way to end of September with food stamps in it and with the no.
Ugh, food stamps. Ick. By the way, food stamps are one of the ways that farmers across this country guarantee a sort of price point, because they're guaranteed a customer no matter what happens, because food stamps are like a guaranteed amount of food, and it's used for price stabilization. Of course it's in the fucking Farm Bill. That's why it's in the fucking Farm Bill.
Changes to
this is one of these motherfuckers who has a pickup truck he drives to the mall.
Chinese ownership of land. No changes to the big ag. Overstepping, a lot of small ranchers and farmers.
That's not appropriations. That's legislation. Pass a fucking bill, dummy. The fuck does that have to do with anything? Big ag overstepping small farmers. So just in case you know what that means, that means this dickhead wants the federal government to step in where they believe in red states. The sort of limits put on agribusiness and homesteaders and small farmers in competition with those things where those are very lax, where those regulations nearly don't exist, and the federal government basically protects small farm owners from being obliterated by larger businesses. This motherfucker, for the record, again, this is the Republicans saying this, want the federal government to step in and stop states from regulating how large corporate agricultural businesses and small farms interact, and financially the incentives that big companies get versus small companies. It's fucking hilarious. And by the way, they could more than likely pass some sort of regulation protecting this, but it would require more Democrat votes. Then it would get more Democrat votes than it would get Republican votes.
A lot of things we need to do on that. We're just going to extend it till next September, right before a presidential election. What do you think is going to happen? It'll get extended again.
Uh-huh. We got you.
This thing is just set for yet another series of dominoes.
Yeah, it's almost as if all of your Republican colleagues know that this is a losing fucking issue.
to kick the can into not just 24, but really 25, the way this is structured. So I oppose it, and I think we need to go back to the
So to
well.
be clear, are you going to oppose it in the Rules Committee and then the rule on the floor?
I'm opposing the rule on the floor. I need to go talk to Tom before I say publicly about what I'm going to do in the committee. Let's just say I am not predisposed to support it as it is in the committee.
Do you think the rule will fit?
I'm not predisposed. I will, because I'm going to tuck my dick and run.
You were going
You keep talking about the parallels between now and when McCarthy moved forward on averting a CR. Do you think that this lands in the same place with someone triggering a motion to vacate?
I'm not going to go down that road. What we're talking.
Are you guys going to fire this guy for the same reason you fired the other guy for doing exactly what that guy did, but all of a sudden it's fucking fine? Why? Is it because Mike Johnson has this weird relationship with this 40-year-old black dude that he had moved into his house when he was a boy and lived with him for a little while? And is it because he shares his porn habits with his other son? And what's keeping Mike Johnson afloat? I'm very confused. Because he's doing the exact same shit.
Talking about right now is
it his fucking haircut or his speaking voice?
The need to get our job done and do it the right way. I think there were a number of different approaches that I would have preferred. I would have frankly liked to gone back to the Donald's, Roy et al. Approach and having a spending reduction along with border security. Send that over to the Senate, force them back and forth.
Force them back and forth. Here's the force back and forth. They send it back with a giant middle finger stamp on it, and you put back in the other shit, or it's not going through the Senate and the president's not going to sign it. I don't know why you corner this into the end of the year. You get to the absolute finish line and you're like, my way or the highway, and everybody's like, highway, fuck you. And you're like, but it'll make me look like an asshole. You are an asshole. But but if we don't do this, it's everybody knows it's your fault. You're in charge of this part of it. Yeah, but if you don't sign it, we don't have to sign it. You have to come up with something we can sign. That's what the 2-to-1 kind of balance looks like, asshat.
I've been happy to do what we were talking about last week, which is to do something which would have been a version of a CR.
Yeah. And while you were talking about that, did you talk about whether or not Bigfoot is real and
split off
whether the earth is flat?
DHS, but get something.
Yes on one, no on two.
For it. Get the Israel bill done paid for, and get a paid for the disaster supplemental, because that's $16 billion. At least I can go back to my constituents and say, look, we're forcing some change incrementally. Now we'll buy some time.
No, you're not.
Time to January, and let's go fight for some more things. But we got nothing but an
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. You got nothing. You're gonna go back for Thanksgiving and Christmas and everybody and your asshole people who voted for you are gonna go, what'd you get done? And you're gonna go, well, we changed the guy who was the speaker for another guy who's the speaker, who will both basically do the same thing. How are your pancakes?
Extension of the Farm Bill tagged on to a $1.6 trillion continuation of the existing spending policies. I can in no way sell that to a single one of my constituents.
Yeah, you could. The idea that this motherfucker has like a Saddam Hussein level of support in his district is goofy as shit. This asshole's on the... All right, hold on. Let me join with me. Excuse me, talk amongst yourself, chat, for 1 second. Let's see. See if I can get a map up of fucking Chip Roy's district. Do you have it on his site? Or yeah, there you go. This is a fucking... Hold on. Open up and... I don't know. Can you open this up? Open... What the fuck? Kerrville, San Antonio District Office. Hold on. And this guy. Yeah, okay. So, here's the... This is his fucking district. There you go. Let's look up the census data. Okay, Chip... and then I'm going to get the Chip Roy election... let's see. Chip Roy is... Ballotpedia. See if he got his... No, that's his... That's what he voted on. 1 second. Yeah, House District 21. Previous reporting. Where is it? Give me a graphic. Voter guide for the previous reporting. Running for U.S. Senate. Okay. His opponent Claudia Zapata. Yeah. Okay. So, he won the event against Claudia Zapata. In his election. With 62% of the vote. So, he could walk up to fucking 37.9%, 09% of his district and sell this to them super fucking easy. As a matter of fact, I think you should look for people with Zapata fucking 2020 signs in their garage and talk to them, because they'll be like, all right, yeah, I can live with that. Also, the idea that 62.91% that all of those motherfuckers want a government shutdown is just fucking dumb. So let's just understand that. He didn't get 99% of his fucking district like a Vladimir Putin of Austin bullshit. And then here's his other, where is it, you shit? Here it is. This is the area where he is. And this is the district right here. That's how big an area they need in this. Hold on, let me scroll this down. This is how big an area they need to get the whatever 100 or 150,000 people that they need to make an actual fucking district. Look at this ridiculousness. He gets a slice of northern San Antonio. Look at the fucking redistricting on this shit too. Like let's carve out the white northern area of San Antonio. But look at this shit. It's like street by street fighting. Holy shit. This is like redneck Gaza. And then over here, same thing with Austin. Look at what qualifies as part of his district. And by the way, this is where the vast number of people that are his constituents live, is in this chunk of land right here around Austin. This is his primary district office where he is. And he lives in that area. And then this fucking down here in this squiggly fucking San Antonio area. Look at this. What the fuck is this? It's like too many taco stands, you can't go over here. There's like places selling hair extensions. There's no, we can't move into there. We gotta, look at this shit right here. Good Lord. When did they do these lines? In 1968 between Yasser Arafat and Menachem Begin? Good Lord. And then the other city is dead center in the middle of this, which is this stuff, in the darkness that falls. This is Caryville, which has probably as many people in it as their entire, as you know, in that entire town has about like this chunk of San Antonio in it. And so here's the congressional, let's see, select a state. We'll go to Tejas, scroll down here. There we go. And then select the district, and it's 21, I think, is it? Yeah, that's it. So that's his. Need help finding. Okay, there we go. So here's the population of the entire area. This is a generalized area. 809,000 people. Hold on. Whoop. It's almost even male to female. There's 3,000 more females than males in here. There's 42,000 kids under 5. There's 50,000 kids 5 to 9. There's 52,000 kids 10 to 14. There's whatever, blah, blah, blah. And there's a shit ton of 18 years and older. Is the 65 years and older. Okay, here we go. There you go. Total population, 807,000. One race, people who view themselves as not biracial in any way, 625,000 of them. 543,000 of them are white. Black or African American, 31,000 people. A Native American, Alaskan Native, 5,000. I think there's very few Alaskan Natives in there, but if they moved or some shit. Asian, 15,000. Native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islander, 955. Some other race, we don't even bother to look. I don't even know. 48,000. And then 2 or more races is the biggest one, which is 181, which is usually a mix of black and Hispanic, black and Asian, black and white. And that's the generalized group there. That would be the Zapata voters all down here. And then there you go. He didn't even get all the white people. Right? He got damn close to it, though. I mean, you look at the vote, it's, he got the the one race crowd almost entirely. So of the 807,000, he got, he got 63%. That's pretty close to that 500K number. Gee, I wonder why he thinks he can't pitch any of these situations to his supporters, quote unquote. Why he'd have to drive for fucking miles to see somebody who isn't white in Texas, for fuck's sake. Good Lord. I don't even know. Let's see. Why black American? Some other race. Jesus Christ. Did they not? Is it just me or should? Okay. All right. Here you go. Hispanic or total Latino. Okay. Estimate total population 807. Hispanic or Latino 267 of any race. Now, there's this issue with Hispanic, like white Hispanic versus, Mexica versus Mexico idea. These are people of Mexican descent. Shock, surprise, 215,000 of the 267,000 that are there. And this is the secondary group. This is the other group there. Okay, so place of birth of the total population, 87, native to there, 734,000 people in that area were born there. Like Jesus Christ, born in the United States, 718, state of residence, 459, different state, but they're all, I don't know that I've seen numbers like this, born in Puerto Rico, U.S. island area, foreign born, 73,000 people. Now, you can believe that or not, but what have you. All right. Let's see. English, 106,000. German, 130,000. These are the biggest, the two biggest racial groups in the area, goddamn American, is English and German. And I don't know why I would think if I had to pick the mix on this dopey motherfucker, that's what I would think. This guy comes from a largely English/German town. Now, by the way, all the love to my German and my English friends. Lithuanian, Polish, 13,000. That's another big group there. Scottish, that's fine. There's a lot of Scots down there. I don't know. Chip Roy very well might be from that, Veterans, civilian veterans, you got 56,000. Total civilian non-institutionalized population. Okay, disability status of the with a disability, 100,000 people with disabilities. Under 18, they've got 9,990 with disability. Boy, are they rounding that fucking number off for statistical purposes. Residents 1 year ago. Same house. Yeah, nobody moves. Different house in the U.S. abroad. 132,000 people moved or what have you. So that's the census. There you go. The people that they tell to fuck off all the time. So, just saying. Yeah. This is goofy. This dude's a fucking mess. And I would like to remind everyone in the chat room, also Venmo and Cash App, that, and Super Chat. And if you're on Facebook, I never remember you guys, but stars would be helpful in that regard. Keep the show up and running and going and being there and doing the things and all that kind of stuff. And maybe one day I'll be able to, what do you think, boss? I'll be able to go on vacation for a week at some point. I'm not going to do it until after the election. Shit, I'm not going to do it until after fucking January 21st of 2025. But in the meantime, I will not take more than 2 days off in a row until that time, because we got fucking work to do.